After the launch of the M1 Pro and Max chips, YouTubers, professionals and I are greatly impressed by the performance of these new chips. But it has gotten us more excited for what's to come with the new Mac Pro with Apple Silicon and the power it will bring. We are about a year away from the announcement and launch of the new Mac Pro with Apple Silicon. But rumors are still coming, and in Mark Gurman's Power On newsletter, he mentions that the upcoming Mac Pro will be about half the size of the current Mac Pro with similar design language. It could also come with a 20 and 40 core CPU, as mentioned in a tweet after the M1 Pro and Max announcement. There will also be a GPU option with up to 128 GPU cores. I found those numbers interesting because if we multiply the M1 Max by 2, we get an SOC with 20 CPU cores and 64 GPU cores. And if we multiply the M1 Max with 4, we get a SoC with 40 CPU cores and 128 GPU cores. That's just the surface of it. If we dive deeper and multiply the encoders and decoders on the M1 Max by 2 or 4, we get 4 or 8 encoders and decoders for H.264, H.265 and ProRes. That means for video editors and others who work with video, they will be able to work extremely fast. And for those who need more than the 10 CPU cores on the M1 Pro and Max chips, there will be some significant gains in performance for those too. Frederick Orange on Twitter had a fascinating discovery. There are 2 neural engines on the M1 Max chip. That means there are technically 32 neural engine cores on the chip. That being said, that's probably done to get higher yields when manufacturing these chips. So if one of the neural engines does not work, they can just disable that and use the other one and still have a usable chip. But what if Apple is secretly saving the perfect M1 Max chips that have both the neural engines working perfectly for the new Mac Pro? That means we can potentially have up to 128 neural engine cores. That's ridiculous. So what about power consumption? These are still ARM chips and are really power efficient. And according to tests done by AnandTech, the M1 Max has a peak power consumption of 120 watts when plugged into power. Multiply that by 4 and we get 480 watts of power consumption, assuming it draws the same amount of the energy that the 16-inch MacBook Pro did in the test. That's less than half the power of the current Mac Pro power supply puts out. Just to put this theoretical power consumption into perspective, the base Mac Pro with the CPU maxed out uses 430 watts, compared to the theoretical max power consumption of the Apple Silicon chips with 40 CPU cores and 128 GPU cores. This is just speculation, and there's still a lot of questions about the Mac Pro. How will Apple handle the memory situation? Since I doubt Apple will settle for less than 1.5 TB of memory on the new Mac Pro. And will there be expansion options for those workflows who need it? We just have to wait and see when the official announcement of the new Mac Pro comes within the next year. But until then, we can have a lot of fun with speculations and rumors. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing for more tech and Apple related videos.